Hello everyone. The story I'm going to share today is the great compassion of Shakyamuni. Buddha Shakyamuni was 45 years old during his 10th year of enlightenment. At that time, he begged for alms in Youtou and endured various forms of suffering, including being cursed at by some of the local people. After begging for alms one day at noon, the Buddha encountered a group of Brahmans worshipping via fire sacrifice. They were stunned by Shakyamuni's appearance, solemn, noble, and handsome. The head of the group was skilled in face reading. He inspected Shakyamuni from head to toe and knew that this was a great, virtuous man who was blessed with happiness and wisdom. It became very clear to the old Brahman that if Shakyamuni hadn't become a monk, he would be a king. The old man wanted to have his daughter marry Shakyamuni. "Monk, I see that you are dignified. You have the characteristic of a great man," said the old man as he walked up to Shakyamuni. "You will become a great king and enjoy endless glory and wealth. I have a daughter whose beauty rivals that of any queen. You two will naturally make a great couple. Please come to my home. I want to personally give her to you," proposed the father. "Thank you for your kindness. I am a monk and I have no interest in secular life. I long for a clean and tainted life," the Buddha responded. "My daughter's beauty is exceptional," the father insisted. "Every man admires her beauty and hopes to marry her. She's only 16. I'm sure you will like my daughter once you set eyes on her. Please marry her and live your monastic life. If you don't believe me, wait here. I will bring her from home right now." "Very well then," replied Shakyamuni. The Brahmin hurried home and informed his wife, "I have found a good husband for our daughter. He has the characteristic of a great man. He is the best person I've ever met. Quick, get our daughter and dress her up beautifully. I will send her to him." "What's wrong with you? How can you marry our daughter off so hastily?" the mother retorted. "Have you forgotten that she is the most beautiful girl in the land?" "Rest assured," comforted the old man. "I take responsibility for her. Just go and help her get ready. You will understand everything once you see him." The daughter's exquisite beauty resembled heavenly fairy, especially when she was dressed up. The family of three went to meet Shakyamuni, but he was no longer there. Tracking his footprints, they found him meditating under a big tree. "Monk, my wife and I present our daughter to you," the old Brahmin eagerly said as he approached Shakyamuni. "Look at how beautiful she is. I now formally give her to you." The young girl was immediately attracted to Shakyamuni and admired his noble air. The Buddha, no longer affected by human emotion, opened his eyes slightly. Looking at the Brahmin's wife and daughter, he asked, "Sir, could you please tell me, which one is your daughter and which one is your wife?" Surprised, the old man explained, "My daughter has a beautiful young face. My wife has a wrinkled old face. Why can't you tell when it's so obvious?" "Oh, I see the difference," replied the Buddha. "What did your wife look like 40 years ago?" 40 years ago, she was as beautiful as my daughter," answered the old man. "What will your daughter look like in 40 years?" asked the Buddha. "She will age and become as old as my wife is today," answered the old man. "There's no difference between the beautiful and the ugly to me. The only difference is age. Your daughter is indeed beautiful, and any other man Who sees her will be moved, but I am not. The Buddha said, upon enlightening, I saw that a myriad of forms of suffering stems from love. It's a beautiful trap. When a man falls into it, the earth will swallow him whole. Love is like a rose growing on a cliff. When a man goes to pick it, he will drop into an abyss and break into pieces. People living in the world do not know the sufferings of love. They constantly pursue it, life after life, with greed. How many heroes and others destined for greatness have been ruined? I'm able to see through its delusion, so I will not fall for the trap. Shakyamuni raised his head and said to the girl, young lady, please let go of the desire for love. It's the main course for reincarnation, the source of misery. Look at my peaceful face. You will also have peace and serenity once you abandon the desire for love. The arrogant daughter had poor inborn quality. She didn't understand what Buddha had said. She thought that Shakyamuni rejected the marriage proposal and insulted her. She glared at Buddha and then ran home. From then on, she held a grudge and wanted revenge. The girl's beauty caught the attention of the king of Youtou. They married, and she became the queen. When Shakyamuni begged for alms in Youtou the following year, she hired dogs to curse at and insult Shakyamuni. The dogs followed Shakyamuni wherever he went. But no matter how they cursed, the Buddha always smiled. Shakyamuni's disciple Ananda could no longer stand it. He said, Master, let's leave this place and go elsewhere. Ananda, where will we go? Questioned Shakyamuni. Go where people do not curse at us, Ananda replied. What if people also curse at us in a new place? Asked Shakyamuni. Where do we go then? We should resolve problems whenever they occur. Only afterwards shall we move on to other places. While Shakyamuni begged for alms, one day at noon, the gang of dogs climbed the trees on the sides of the road and viciously cursed at Shakyamuni. They shook the branches above Shakyamuni, soaking him with dews, and ruined the food in his bowl. Unfazed, Shakyamuni calmly walked forward, smiling. A loud snap suddenly sounded from above, followed by a scream. The cursing stopped. One dog, who had cursed wildly, fell from the tree. He tried to get up several times, but he couldn't. He wriggled and groaned with pain on the ground. The rest of the dogs watched from far away. Shakyamuni walked around the fallen man and helped him. A man was seriously injured. If he weren't treated right away, his life would be in danger. Shakyamuni helped the man walk to the city and found him the best surgeon, Bhattacharya. As soon as Bhattacharya saw Shakyamuni approaching, he quickly stood up, wiped down his chair before offering it to the Buddha. He then stood on the side with deep respect. Shakyamuni asked the doctor to treat the injured dog. Bhattacharya, however, refused. He said, Dear Buddha, I know what has happened recently. This man has cursed you the most severely of all of them. His brutal injury is retribution. Don't think that way, said Shakyamuni. I don't hate them when they curse at me with evil words and soak my clothes with dew. I don't think of it as cursing me, and I regard them as my brother. My brother is now seriously injured and in despair, so I need to help him. My dear doctor, please help treat him. The dogs had followed them to the doctor's office. Having witnessed the entire process, they now understood what real compassion was. They all fell on their knees, cried, and repented. Throwing away the queen's gold coins, they promised to start over as good people. Shakyamuni smiled at them, nodded his head, and then helped them up, one by one. Thank you for listening to the story. More touching stories will be ready if you just subscribe it. Thank you again.